Down an empty freeway, no waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me.
Alright, so we've talked a lot about ways to work additional fruits and vegetables into our family's life, and this is a really cool recipe to do that, and it is an applesauce pancake, and they freeze really well, so you can make a batch, freeze them, and pull them out as you need them. So as we get started here, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to use first the 1 cup of applesauce. And to that, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of dry milk powder. We're going to add 1 cup of water, 2 eggs, and 1 tablespoon canola oil or vegetable oil. And let's just give that a quick stir and get those combined. That's the yolk. Now to that, we are going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we're going to add the rest of our seasonings. And in that, we had the sugar, the cinnamon, and the baking powder already measured out. And those measurements are in your handout for the recipe that's posted online. So we're just going to kind of get that up, and it says that there'll still be kind of some small lumps, and that will be okay. So I'm not going to overwork that flour. Just going to get it added in. All right then, we're going to go ahead and go to the next step. All right, and for the next part of this, of course, is making the pancakes. So we'll see how my flipping skills do today. Normally they're fair, not excellent. Flicking just a little bit of water on it, and you can see that way we make sure your pan is hot enough to go ahead and get started. So we're going to hit it, now that that water is evaporated, with just a little bit of spray. And the recipe says to use 1/2 a cup of batter per pancake. So let's see what we get with this. We're going to use this off. You can see all the cinnamon in there. Maybe seem it to act up just a little thicker than the normal pancakes, and that's that applesauce in there. That's that thickening agent. Let's see here as we go. Turn that up just a little bit. And let that go. And as a little girl, one of the first things I think I learned to cook was probably a pancake. And I always was flipping them too quickly. And it was hard for me to be patient and do what Mama said about letting the little bubbles start rising up. So we're going to wait for that and see how we go through here. And it just takes a few minutes. And like I said, this is a great way to get that applesauce in. And it's just going to be a yummy pancake. There's no sense having to call it a healthy or anything like that, because a lot of times simply that name is enough to maybe have a few family members not want to try it. But this will be a way to get that started and getting those taste buds used to finding these flavors in their food. And there's a few bubbles starting to come up and pop. I think I saw 1 or 2. Let's see here as it starts to cook up. And like I said, this was always the hardest part for me, being patient and waiting on those pancakes. I always want to turn the heat up or flip them too early, and it just takes a few extra seconds of just being patient and waiting. And I can see the edges are starting to firm up a little bit. I can actually move it as one thing. Just want to move it around a little bit here to a hotter part of the pan where nothing's been sitting.
rush behind me.
And all kids, they think that, pancakes are always special. Waffles. I had picked up a little waffle iron when my son was little, and he just thought it was the best thing in the world to have those waffles, especially if he had anyone staying over and spending the night. They would eat till they were just about gorged on those. But like I said, it's always a fun thing. And these, like I said, freeze and reheat very well. And so they've got a quick breakfast, especially on times when school's out and maybe you have to go to work. This is a way that they can get up and have a nice, hot, healthy breakfast. They're smelling very good. Let's make sure I'm not browning too much on that bottom. They are starting to brown, so I'm going to lift it up just for a little bit. I've got pan pulled off. Turn that stove down. I may have to flip these early because I let my pan get too hot in my lack of patience. So there we go. I didn't do too bad, did it? There we go. So we'll let those cook on up. I've got the pan turned down, so we'll let the other side cook a little slower. And I'm going to get our syrup and get it ready. I'll be right back in a minute. Alright, we're back. I've made up, this is the last of the batter, and it looks like I'm going to get 9 nice sized pancakes from this. And as for the syrup, you can use what your family prefers. If you would like to, you could always choose a sugar-free version to help lower that sugar content. But even if you don't, that's up to you. We've got a nice healthy pancake. For myself, in one of our previous Eat Smart at Home classes, I learned this trick and I love it. I use a 1/4 cup of syrup, and you can use sugar-free, or if you wanted to, you could even use the other. It's still going to decrease the amount of sugar. But then I take a whole can of chopped pears, and I just mix that together. I drain about half the liquid off and pour in that syrup and heat it in the microwave. And it is my favorite thing to put on pancakes now, or French toast. And then that way, I don't even have to eat it because it's healthy. It is delicious. So that's how I go, and my favorite way. So as you can see, those last pancakes are on there cooking. And I'm going to take this. And like I said, it's my favorite way to eat pancakes is with those pears and that syrup. For me, it's more like dessert than a pancake. So try that and see what your family thinks about it. For this recipe, for my family's taste, we like just a little bit more cinnamon in it and just a little bit more water for a thinner pancake. But you can try it and make adjustments to it. You could also do it with banana in it or whatever it was you would like to add for your family. So I hope you give it a try. Thank you.